takes a mile, literally, just invading constantly, always being on the map, even though he's not dealing damage on the map sometimes, just staying there, showing himself, gives so much pressure to the Cambodians right now, where they have to respect it and back away. Chama trying to do the same thing now onto the XP lane, but remember, Kyle now with the Phantom Execution, good steal from Super Chama with the Retribution of his own, but Kyle will be able to dish out some damage. The Bloody Hunt comes down with a Feather Airstrike. Fury, you can't escape with a time journey from a suppression, and that's what Philippines has to play with.
They have to keep in mind all these small nuances when they're playing against the Philippines. It's not going to be easy, but I feel like Cambodia, as much as they want to play this front to front, they're not the ones who want to engage first. They want to get as many spells out of the Filipino squad as possible before trying to attempt this full all-in. ATM.
That damage is absolutely absurd, Gideon. We haven't seen Natan in such a long time, so when you see Natan with full stacks on that split, like we said, oh man, Super Chama, oh man, a brutal try from Super Chama. He will fall for the first time in this game with an attempt on the steal, but that will ultimately just give so much more pressure for the steal and even a flicker aggressively. Super Marco showing absolute class in a solo 1v1 kill down to the gold lane.
Beautifully done, and we're not done yet because Kyle Teasy, he's acting like he just parked in the handicap spot, just completely disrespectful, uncalled for, but he takes the space anyways.
Oh man, they're able again to bait out the time journey without anything. Flak just used his first kill, not even the final slash, and he still has that final slash. Flickers out, ATM isolated now with the final slash and the Bloody Hunt. Oh my god, it's another fire hook as well from Ogwen. Absolutely styling on the Cambodians. Few with the read on the slam, pass. Philippines, it seems like early on they were struggling just a bit, but they can flip that switch whenever they want.
I mean, they got their item power spike. Super Marco is scaling up super fast, man. He's got the mystery shop, and I'm pretty sure he's got 3 items already built in this game. Well, to be fair, it should be 2.5 if you're really taking into consideration the timings, but here comes Ogwen. Does he want to flicker forward? Does he want to try and make something happen? No, doesn't have it just yet. They're going to back off as there is 33 more seconds until the very first Lord is going to appear in this game, and I think Cambodia, they might just have to give it away. It's too difficult to get in on them, especially when the Philippines have kind of like laid down the trenches.
Oh my god, it's just another kill on the board right now. It's gonna be Flap Teasy who secures it, but Ogwen, his rotations, the path he takes every single time just seems to be perfect. He has the perfect read on all of his opponents. If it happens just once to a certain team, sure, right? But he's been honestly doing this against all the teams. Myanmar, Cambodia, and now with the Iron Hook again. D7 will be bursted down, and that's why you call him Super Marco. An absolutely superb game from this Natan. The final slash to bring ATM back. Mechanical displays from the Philippines.
Yep, right now, Philippines, they are just freestyling it. They know that they have such a fat lead against the Cambodians. 8,000 in a matter of fact, so early on, 9 minutes into the game. And for most professional teams, this is a death sentence because it's so difficult to come back from this sort of deficit, especially if your opponents aren't making too many mistakes. If you look at the items, and as I was saying, corrected actually. He didn't have 3 items, he had 4. That's why Super Marco is dishing out so much damage.
Oh my god, dude. Look at these items again. It's just Super Marco doing Super Marco things. Whenever he is this ahead, he really doesn't care. He doesn't want to respect his opponents, and why should he, right? He just goes for full damage, and even with the Holy Crystal here, you can expect Super Marco to be dealing even more now. That's the Feathered Airstrike, just the range itself, zoning the members away. Cambodia, whoa, Kaltizi with a puncture, just using the puncture super well, getting some movement and zoning them away from the tier 2, as this just might be the first base turret taken down with just the first Lord. Also, the damage coming from Super Marco, going for D7, forcing the time journey, and that's what they wanted. CCAT looking for an opening to find that final slash, but again, that is massive for Philippines. Maybe they would have stopped after the Lord was taken out by the turret, but now with no time journey, they can do whatever they want with the final slash with an iron hook as well there. Not connecting, unfortunately, for Philippines. Fortunately for Cambodia, they will be able to defend their bottom lane base turret.
Man, the one thing, Cambodia's draft right now is terrible at high ground defense. It's really difficult for them to walk up safely, especially when Few is just popping his feathered airstrike as if he's doing bombing runs, right? He is on a mission to make sure that these structures go down, and as a mage user, you don't have enough AD to take down these structures by yourself. But what you can do is zone away the reinforcements from your opposing team to try and take the space. And right now, the Philippines, they are always playing on the very edge. They're slowly cutting into the borders and angling out the Cambodians from these major objectives. And that's why when we look at the draft, every single time when an artillery mage is put in the mid lane, you just know that this game could snowball out of control, especially when you have a gold laner this far ahead.
It's, again, just them suffocating Cambodia. We saw this earlier against Vietnam. Philippines were able to do the same thing, take control of that mid game after a pretty just standard start to the game, and that's what they're doing here against Cambodia as well. Once they have that lead, you cannot expect Philippines to, go for random fights. They're just going to be rotating, and again, they catch ATM. Beautiful bloody hunt into an iron hook, into everything, and the kitchen sink thrown at the glue. ATM 0, 2, and 1 as one of the tankiest heroes in the game.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult, right? There's nothing much that they can really do about it. Even Super Marco is utilizing his ult to kind of just speed up and make his way to this Lord. And I don't know. There's only a couple of options that they have. And number one, Chima needs to steal this.
Well, that's off the board almost instantly, right as you say it. Gideon, he tried, but again, Ogwen with that vision, man, pops in the conceal to just rotate and circle around the Lord Pit to find where he's at. And with that, that's, again, the only win condition. You mentioned they need to try to go for a miraculous steal. Oh, D7 gets baited with the feathered airstrike and